Let's start a new document, File, New, and go ahead and do the 8.5 by 11 print. Let's change that to CMYK, raster effects 300, even though we're not going to have any raster effects. So if you say OK, now you have this. Let's go ahead and save this file before we even begin. Save so we don't forget. Let's just call it logo trace. Since you're not turning this in, you can name it pretty much whatever you want because it's just for practice. Let's go ahead and place an image into Illustrator. So you go to File, Place, Logo 1, gonna place it, V, and going to align it in the center. There's an option that you can do in your layer which would make the tracing a little bit easier. If you double click on your layer, you can say dim your image to 50%, and it just makes the layer lighter. So I'm going to lock it and create a new layer so that whatever you put on top, it'll be easier to see. First of all, there's like a plan of action that I'm thinking about what I'm going to do. There's obviously the circle, and then we have a square and a little line. So what I'm going to do is create the circle, create the square, the line, or a very thin rectangle, combine these two in Pathfinder, and then punch it out of the larger circle using Pathfinder again. Going to go to my shape tool for the ellipse. I'm going to pick a contrasting color so we don't get it mixed up too much. Just a red outline, no fill. And then for the circle, you can just go ahead and start dragging, hold down the Shift key, and then as you're doing this, V looks like it might be a little bit bigger, so drag it out, hold down the Shift key. That looks pretty good. So now we have our circle. Time to draw the square. Go to your rectangle tool, or M, and hit it, and get your crosshair right on the corner and start dragging, hold down the Shift key, and there you go. So for this little line, let's go ahead and do it with a rectangle. I'll get into another method with a later logo. Z, zoom in, and with this, the rectangle tool again, go ahead and draw a skinny rectangle, and it can extend out of the circle. That's fine. So you can zoom out using the magnifying glass, or to do it very quickly, you can say View, Fit Artboard and Window, which is Command 0, and it'll just bring you right back. I use that a lot, Command 0. Okay, V. Let's combine these two rectangle shapes together. With your Pathfinder panel, remember Unite? I have united these two shapes, and they are now one shape. One way to look at that is if you flip it, so now you have the color, there it is. And then this one, the circle, I'm going to turn it into a fill also, change the color so there's contrast. So we know that the red shape is on top of the yellow shape. Select both, and then let's do minus front. Boom. There it is. That's the logo. You can look at it. Okay, since we no longer need this reference image, I unlock the layer, select the image, and delete it. I'm going to make this black and going to align it to the page. So the first logo is done.